Okay, good morning once again friends. In the previous video, we have seen that how we can transform the assertive sentence from active to passive voice, or how can we change the voice of assertive sentence. And in the end of that video, I have mistakenly told you that in the next video we will see the change the voice of imperative sentence. But I forgot to tell you that in some sentences there are two objects. In some assertive sentences there are two objects. So how we can change the voice of the sentence which has two objects? So today's video will be on change the voice of the sentence which has two objects. Change the voice of the sentence which has two objects. In the previous video of change the voice of assertive sentence, we have seen that there is only one object. Now in today's video we will see that if there are two objects in the sentence, so how can we transform that sentence from active to passive voice? So as we have already seen that the formula of active voice of the assertive sentence is subject plus verb plus object, and we have seen that this verb may be in any form: v1, v2, v3, v4 or v5. Therefore we do not write the form of the verb, it may be in any form, and the sentence starts with subject and ends with object. The remaining sentence may be at any place in the active voice, therefore we don't write the place of remaining sentence. Now there is only one object in the sentence, and when we transform this sentence from active to passive voice, the formula of passive voice will be object plus helping verb plus v3 plus remaining sentence plus by plus subject. Now the main thing which we have to note that there is only one object. There is only one object, and in the passive voice the assertive sentence starts with the object. Now the question arises before us is that if there are two objects in the sentence, then how can we transform the sentence from active to passive voice? Okay, so first of all let us take an example. Okay, now he gave me the bobby pins. The sentence is he gave me the bobby pins. Now there are two objects in the sentence. So friends, remember one thing: if you are going to change the voice of any sentence, then forget about the type of the sentence, forget about its tense, just concentrate on the verb and pick out the verb first of all. In the first place you have to pick out the verb, because that verb will help you to identify the type of the sentence and its tense. Okay, so the verb is gave, and gave is in the second form of verb. Okay, so the action which is happening in this sentence is of giving. Okay, and who is doing this action? Who is the doer of the action? This he. Therefore he is subject. And to whom is he giving? Me. Therefore it is object. Now if we put a full stop here and forget about this part of the sentence, then this is a complete sentence. He gave me. He gave me. Now it is subject, it is it is verb, and it is object. But if we pick out this me, and the sentence will remain, he gave the bobby pins. Now this sentence is also a complete sentence, therefore it will also be an object. Now we have got two objects in this sentence. Object number 1 is me and object number 2 is the bobby pins. Now in such case, what we should do to solve this problem? Now if you consider me as object, then you have to consider the bobby pins as remaining sentence. And if you consider the bobby pins as remaining sentence, as object, then you have to consider this me as remaining sentence. I repeat, if you consider me as object, then you have to consider the bobby pins as remaining sentence. And if you consider the bobby pins as object, then you have to consider me as remaining sentence. So therefore there will be two answers to this question. There will be two answers to this question, and both of them will be correct. And both of them will be correct. Now we will write both the answers. We will write both the answers. Now in the first answer, if we consider me as object, therefore we will consider the bobby pins as remaining sentence, and we will apply this formula because this is assertive sentence. This is assertive sentence. So in the first sentence we will consider me as object. So we will start with the object following this formula. And what is object? Me. In the previous video I have already told you that there are some pronouns which we have to change while we convert the sentence active to passive voice. Now me becomes I. Me becomes I. Okay. Now we have written this object. Now we have to use the helping verb. Now we have to consider identify the tense of the sentence. Subject plus V2 plus object means simple past tense, and the helping verbs of simple past tense are was or were. Now I is singular person, therefore we will use was. I was. Thereafter the third form of verb. The third form of verb is, the verb is gave and the third form will be given. I was given. Now the remaining sentence. So friends, we have considered me as object, therefore it will be our remaining sentence, the bobby pins. The bobby pins. Thereafter by, and in the last subject is he, and if we write it in the end we have to write him. He becomes him. Now in this sentence I is I is object, was his helping verb, given is V3, the bobby pins is remaining sentence, it is by, and him is subject. So we have used this formula, but we have to consider one object as object and the second object as remaining sentence. Now we will write the second answer of this sentence, in which we will consider the bobby pins as object, and therefore we have to consider me as a remaining sentence. Now answer number 2. So if we consider the bobby pins as object, then we have to start from the object, means the bobby pins. The bobby pins. Thereafter helping verb, as we have seen this, that the sentence is in a simple past tense, therefore we will have to use was or were as our helping verbs, and the bobby pins are plural, therefore we will use were. In the first answer we have used was because I was singular, but the bobby pins are plural, therefore we will use were. So we have used object and helping verb. Thereafter, the third form of verb, our verb is gave, and therefore the third form will be given. So we have written the third form of verb also. Now the remaining sentence is me, because we have considered the bobby pins as our object, therefore me will be our remaining sentence. But if we write only me, then the construction of the sentence will not be proper, therefore we will use to me. Okay, so we have written this remaining sentence also. Thereafter, by, and in the last we will use the subject, and the subject is he, which will become him. Now this is our object, this is our helping verb, this is the third form of verb, this is remaining sentence, this is by, and this is subject. So friends, please look at this example very carefully. So if you got an answer, or if you will get the question in the question paper, a sentence with two objects, then you have to follow this procedure, and you can write the answer, you can write any one of the two answers, because both the answers are equally correct. So hope you have understood this topic, the change the voice of the sentence which has two objects. So in the next video we will see another important topic of change the voice. So have a nice day. Thank you.